You are at a beach, watching the sunset fall. You like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. You're not really much into health food, but you are into champagne. Hey dude, are you just repeating the words to the song? Oh man, because I thought you were, trying to hypnotize me, or at the very least, put me under like some kind of trance, or something, But, oh well. That's right. VRCHAT! And today's community is the hypnotist community. And let me tell you, it's a big one. And personally, I'm rather excited about this video, because whereas with the age regressing video, I got kicked from like so many instances before I could find anybody willing to speak to me, I actually found quite the most engaging community, or at least part of the community, that was willing to speak to me about what hypnotism really is in VRChat. And now, honestly, as far as I'm aware, the hypnotist community for VRChat is rather vast, and there's a lot to it. I mean, when you search up anything about VRChat and hypnotism, you get a list of interesting individuals, but I thought I'd take it into my hands to really reach out to these guys and figure out what's going on here. Huh. Right, anyways, now of course, before we begin, I have to say, please don't go out and harass anybody involved in these videos. So, just watch them for entertainment and educational purposes only. And remember that I have nothing to do with these groups and I'm not involved, I'm just a fly on the wall, and so are you. Anyways, enjoy the video. I'm gonna go look at the Northern Lights now. Wow. Very pretty. If only it was real. Welcome back to the TSN in VR, and currently we're here with some guests on the couch in front of me to talk about what the hypnosis or the VRChat hypno scene is like. So there's quite a few people in front of me right now, so just bear with me, and I think we'll have a good time. But if you guys want to introduce yourselves, go right ahead.
I guess this time it's me as well. Hi, Myris. How am I supposed to say? Yeah, hi, I'm Myris, and I'm just a creature.
I'm Faye. Sorry.
No,
I didn't know if you were done.
That was it. You continue.
No, I'm Faye, Kitsune. I work with a few different groups.
Name's Wolfie. Also do a little bit of work between a couple groups here.
I'm Aether, and I run a competition hypno group.
Okay.
I'm Ebby, and I'm here because I'm friends with these guys.
Fair enough.
Oh.
I'm Hazel. I'm also here because friends, and I have the least experience out of everyone here.
But out of everybody here, all of you somewhat have experience within these hypnosis communities, as far as you've told me. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I brought up the elephant in the room a while back, and I'm going to bring it up again as the first question. It's very clear that everyone here is a furry. That's common in the hypnosis group, isn't it?
It is common, yes, but there are hypno groups where you see more human avatars.
Of course.
But all in all, if you look at all of them, probably more furries, absolutely.
Right.
I'd probably say like a 70-30 split on furries and humans, and especially in VRChat. I mean, it's VRChat.
Yeah, VRChat's mostly furries anyways.
Fair enough.
So that's same split's gonna come into any group you go into.
Right. Now, let's
Also,
get into the first. Go ahead.
One of the things I've noticed being in my years as a VR hypnotist, there's a lot of art about furry and hypnosis, and yeah.
All right.
I think it's just always been like, even outside the VR community, it's a very common crossover.
All right. So I'm going to ask a couple questions, and obviously for some of the questions, I will put the definitions of specific words that be used, like right here. For instance, right here, you'll see I'm going to ask, what is hypnosis? If you guys want to tell me exactly what is hypnosis to you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm the first one. I forgot that. For me, hypnosis kind of one can say is a way of making people feel good, relaxed, but also helping them if they have a problem with something or anything in general. But also maybe if they want something like a little happiness or whatever. That's just something for me what hypnosis is.
Right.
I guess
Sure.
for me, there's a lot.
I'm sorry.
I guess for me, there's a lot of different aspects to it. It really depends what the person's after. There's the recreational side, like what Myris just said. You can make someone feel relaxed. You can make someone feel happy. You can give someone an experience they wouldn't normally be able to. Obviously, there's the more sexual side of the community as well, but it can also be a useful tool in things like therapy for accessing memories you might have forgotten or been forced to get through trauma. There's a lot of different applications for it, but it's a very fun hobby in general for me.
Right.
Long story short, a placebo you want.
All right. All right. Well,
Muffy?
I guess if you guys want to add anything.
Basically, the add on to that a mix of placebo you want and willingly letting someone guide you through what you want.
Right. So now,
Mhm.
you guys had mentioned, I mean, obviously, all of you said you guys were involved. Now, y'all have mentioned to me at some point about there being TISTs and subjects. I'm sure TIST being like just hypnotist being the abbreviated version or short version. So,
Mhm.
how many of you guys are hypnotists exactly? So, all of you. Okay. And
Half and half.
half and half. So, does that mean all of you guys are also subjects?
So,
Yeah,
there's like a middle one that's kind of both, and that's switch. So you switch between the two. You can do either or.
One of the best ways to become a hypnotist is to learn how to be a subject and be hypnotized first, because once you're able to know what it's like to be put under, you're able to be more accurate when you put someone else under. So there's always going to be that, like, some people are subjects, some people are switches, some people are just straight up hypnotists.
Yeah.
But most people start as subjects.
No.
Yeah, but in the
which one of you
community
has
as a
the
whole.
most? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Just wanted to say, in the community as a whole, despite all of us being hypnotists, there are probably more subjects around.
Guaranteed.
More people who
Absolute
don't-
guarantee.
Now,
Yeah.
what would it? No, I have no experience in any of this. So what would I be expecting as a first time subject if I were to come to one of you for some sort of hypnosis therapy? Go ahead.
So if you were to come to me for a hypnosis session, mind you, we are all hobbyists. None of us are licensed, as far as I'm aware. So we are not hypnotherapists. We are hypnotists. There's a difference there. If you were to come to me, one of the things that I would do specifically, it's also part of my business. I would ask you what you would like. I would find a world that would kind of fit with a story that I would tell you, and then I would guide you through a meditative story that allows you to kind of just relax and enjoy the sensations and the feelings that are happening around you as I guide you through the story using techniques for trance.
Now, you mentioned business. Do you make profit off of this by chance?
Yes, I am a hypnotist for hire, and I also make competition grade avatars specifically for the types of events that I run, which are Mostly we run hypno hunts, which are like adult-oriented freeze tag with a hypnosis twist. We also do what are called switch gels, which are basically two people who are not full TIFs, not full subjects, and they try and put each other under. And we have a bunch of other games, but right now those are the two that we run pretty constantly.
I see. Does anybody else partake in these kind of events out of you guys? Or is it just...
No events like that.
These two attend my event, and so does Myra's.
Okay, so y'all
All
kind
three
have
of these.
a net between each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Myself and
Anyway.
Wolfie do events for a different group.
Okay,
And,
let's
uh,
Discord.
You, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You got something you want to say, Evan?
I did
I'm
not even
watching
hear
a
what you
football
said.
match.
That's
Excited.
that's right. In case you guys aren't unaware, I think those two are watching a match for the World Cup series. Mexico recently beat
I am-
Ecuador. Hell yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so for you
Oh,
two,
this is
Wolfie-
Argentina, Cape Verde.
Oh yeah,
2-2 is
Yeah.
right now.
Yes.
Mhm.
So for
We
you two,
we are
Nice.
both admins. Yeah, we're both admins for a group that runs more general hangout events. So it's kind of a you come along and kind of hang out. You can talk to hypnotists. You can talk to subjects. Sometimes there'll be a little bit of hypnosis going on in the background, but it's not the main focus. It's kind of a you come, you hang out, you talk with people. I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
the gist of it. We run
the-
some game nights as well, but that's about it.
right? Interesting.
Yeah, kind of the main intention. The main intention of it all is to allow for kind of the initial connection between a subject and a test. The main thing being that it can be easier for people if it's like, hey, we're all just here in a chill environment, and it can make people a little bit more approachable than just coming up and being like, hey, I would like to be worked with by you, or vice versa.
Right. Now,
You first?
taking time going through different hypnotist groups, my last video was done with age regression groups, and I obviously would have liked to had more people to join that interview, but unfortunately, getting a hold of them was very difficult. Yeah, like I couldn't get into an instance without being kicked, and I tried for like a week. So it took me about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to get that footage. But
It's a very closed off community.
exactly. So you guys being as receptive as you were was fantastic. But anyways, I digress. Going through doing my research, I've noticed a lot of the hypnotist community is very much NSFW-esque. I'm assuming that's common practice within VRChat, right?
Yes,
It can
and,
be.
and hypnosis in the broader sense. Especially with the VRChat's age verification crackdowns as of late.
That's another thing I should probably bring
Yeah.
up. What do you guys run specifically age-gated instances? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so like
So-
if somebody has the verified badge above their head, they can get in as long as they're 18 plus.
Yes, so
There's
with
a
some
little more to it with
groups,
our one.
yeah, with some groups they are strictly, hey, you have to be verified with VRChat. Other groups do allow you to privately verify, and of course, those groups are set up in such ways that it's easier for those who are verified to join the instances as well, without having to be strictly gated to just the VRChat verification.
Of
My
course.
group literally
Especially with the
double
VRChat one requiring VRChat Plus.
My group actually double verifies just because we've had some instances of people with bought or stolen accounts that were age verified
Mhm.
See, I
joining.
didn't know
And,
that was common. I didn't know that was a common issue that they were bought or stolen
yep.
accounts.
Yep, it is becoming more and more common. People are selling accounts to minors who are, and those accounts are age verified. So the VRChat systems are not up to snuff, especially for my community, which is very I wouldn't say aggressive. You have to be willing to just kind of let something happen in my group. It's consent is implied to a certain level, which is very different than most other groups.
Also, to add on about the verification stuff, I know at least one group where you need to verify with an actual government ID, but to get into certain instances, you need the VRCHAT age verified thing.
And despite most
we
groups
run another
wanting you
one.
to age verify, most of them are still not for 18 plus events. They're casual hangouts.
Right.
There
Yeah.
are, of course, those
What is
examples
it you were
too,
gonna
but
say,
most
Fred?
of them just
We run there's a for example, an instance that we run bi-weekly that we require additional verification for because it's like an instance where alcohol is encouraged. Like it's an instance where we openly allow that, and also smoking if it's legal in your area to, for example, smoke devil's grass. I'll
very
use the
funny you mentioned
YouTube
that.
appropriate word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very funny you mentioned that.
but
I plan on doing a
we-
video on substance use in VR chat, so it's very funny. You
I
mentioned
can bring you to
Oh.
a good few people who can definitely talk about that, but regardless,
Right here too.
the instances we run for that, we require if you live in the US, you have to prove you're over 21. And if you live in the EU, you're in a country where the drinking age is usually 18, like myself, I live in Scotland. The drinking age here is 18, not 21. So we will manually verify people with a government issue ID to make sure that they are old enough to be in an environment where substances are being consumed, whether it be alcohol, whether it be devil's grass, whatever.
Right. And I think that's I think that's a pretty good thing to implement within your group. Now, before we continue, because I'm sure somebody's gonna want me to ask, and I ask this for any group that gets involved with these kind of matters. Obviously, with your groups or the hypnotist community indulging in sexual activities, as stated previously, would you agree with the sentiment that if by happenstance a minor is present or is entered, you are ultimately responsible for what occurs and or what the minor is subjected to, and that is your responsibility to handle the situation as the adult?
So,
As much as within TOS, like I said, there are minors getting buying accounts to sneak into places. As soon as we find out that is something that has occurred, we do deal with it. Like, we do not wait, and there's it's a very fast, quick response. We don't usually question things either. Like, if someone's like, "Hey, that person over there is a minor," it's just gone. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're responsible for the removal of the individual, but if they get in without us being able to confirm because of the way the verification system is, that's not really our fault. But yes, we are responsible for the removal of the individual, yes.
I wouldn't expect
I
you
mean-
guys to kind of deal with that situation often, right?
More than it should be.
Sadly,
Yeah.
it's becoming a little bit more common with the addition of there now being websites that allow you to buy for verified accounts and all that. Of course, like, if you're found to be a minor entering, this goes for any explicit area. People are more than willing to drop the hammer on that. Pretty much, the moment you're found out, you're gone.
Right.
It's
You're
I
gone and
see
you will
that.
not be coming back.
Of course.
You will
and I-
never be coming back. At least with our group, we won't let you back in.
And I figured if you guys
Right.
indulge in, these kinds of activities, I should probably ask and clarify so that way, there's a clear understanding. But let's get back into the hypnotism. That's kind of the focus on today's video. So what I really want to delve into here is, let's start with VRChat itself, because I assume most of you started doing this hypnotist journey around the time you started playing VRChat. Is that correct?
No.
Within
No.
for me, it was within the first week of VR chat.
Okay.
I started on a separate platform. If you're familiar with what Neos and Resonite is,
I think I've heard of it.
so Neos is. I'm going to be honest. It's dead now. Cryptocurrency killed it, but Resonite is its successor. Lovely platform. The only problem is I recommend you have a lot of RAM for that game. But
And some coding experience, or the very least someone to guide you through it.
yes.
Not user friendly.
So
Not to
they're
nuance.
working on that.
It's
I'm actually somebody
user
who's
friendly as
helped with that.
anything open source.
Yeah.
Go with Debbie first.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure for most people, getting introduced to this through VR is, well, what's normal. It's not the case for me, though. I joined VRCHAT because of Hypno.
Really?
Yeah. I've been in the community, mostly in text and chat groups online for, I don't know, 15 years now. I hopped on VR 6 years ago.
Wow.
I-
That's a good amount of time.
I started out the same. I started out the same on a lot of online platforms and the like, but yeah.
I'm going to have to sadly step away.
I
being
have
a
always
personal
had an interest in it. I've always had an interest in
hopefully I'm not wrong.
hypnosis. David Copperfield was one of my favorite hypnotists when I first learned about it, and I actually got to see him in Vegas. But I hadn't really done any hypnosis until 2017 when I joined VR. Well, I joined VRChat in 2016, so about a year after joining VRChat, I started into the hypnosis scene, and the reason I even started it was due to some unfortunate circumstances and tragedy in my life,
So
which
you've been playing
hypnosis
VRChat
has
for a
helped a
while,
lot. Since launch, yes,
Wow.
pretty much.
That's a good amount of time to play VRChat. That's impressive.
It's also a good amount of time to get a record in this game too.
Yeah.
I
can imagine.
I've had a lot of stuff go on in my career as a hypnotist,
I see.
both good and bad.
Well, okay.
Um,
So delving back into hypnosis itself, so clearly, obviously, VRChat isn't the start for most of you, but I would say, or I would ask, do you think VRChat has helped in the idea of getting into hypnosis further and or sharing and spreading what your
Absolutely.
communities believe in?
No doubt.
Okay.
100%.
I literally have a VR chat centric hypnosis company, and there are at least 4 others that I can think of off the top of my head. Value
Companies.
Factory, Hextrones. What's the other one? NicoDev and I guess
Yeah.
Flapworks is
So
that's 4.
hey,
So
Our group is run by someone who owns a hypnotherapy company, or they own a hypnotherapy practice by the same name as the group. It's HypnoBeans.
So, okay, you mean to tell me that not only are you guys just creating these communities, but you guys are actively partnered and or working alongside real, practices or practicing groups outside of
Yes.
this game?
mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
Yes. So
That is
the
interesting.
person who owns HypnoBeans, which is the group that I admin for, I'm head of the EU meets because we just started doing those more frequently now. Kimmy,
Thank you.
she has been into she's been doing hypnosis for 20 years. She's been doing it a very, very long time, and she actively owns and maintains a hypnosis practice, and she is a licensed therapist, I believe licensed psychologist, and licensed to do hypnotherapy. So she's been doing that a very long time. She owned and she started the whole group. She did lose activity for a little while, but yeah, we don't really directly interact with the professional side of it. like I don't interact with the business side of it, and neither does any of the admin team really. But it is under the same name. It is very much under the same name.
That is fascinating, and yeah, I didn't even think that was something that was remotely even close to possible, or at least happening within these communities. Because when I was going through, I've noticed there's a lot of the groups, and I mean this in the nicest way. A lot of the groups were either straight up just NSFW groups. Hello? Oh, sorry. The spatial audio is kind of threw me off. Anyways, they were usually NSFW groups or just very small groups that were inactive, so I didn't know that was something taking place.
Mm-hmm. Our group is the second largest for not to flex on Aether and everyone else here, but our group is the second, I believe, the second largest for hypnosis. The Hypno Beans, yes.
Okay.
Our group has existed for about a year in this current form and is one of these smaller groups. Though we are growing, especially over the summer, we've had a lot of growth lately. So, yeah.
There's been a lot of the groups that have gotten nuked recently, so there's a lot of new members kind of floating around looking for a new place to go. So a lot of the smaller groups like Aether's group are finding a lot of growth. We've had quite an influx as well. The largest group by far would be VR Hypnotic, I think.
VR Hypnotic has dropped a lot lately. I think it's
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I can't.
They were the largest. I don't know if they still are, but
Yeah.
they're our main competition anyway.
So obviously on VR chat, there seems to be a large community of just like problem causers, trolls, and stuff like that. And I'm assuming with the research I've done on VR chat, the hypnosis community seems to attract the attention of a lot of people who want to run around and cause problems. How often does that take place?
I've only personally experienced it once.
Yeah.
I've been in one of their videos because they entered a group I was in and asked for a session, and
those
I've
chat troll community, it's a slippery slope. I feel like the troll YouTubers, they come out, they make videos, another troll YouTuber pops up, and then the previous one gets exposed for something, and there's just drama between them. That's a slippery slope.
My group has in the past year, my group has been attacked by 4 groups of like trolls, and they're always the same type of troll. They come in, they act like they're interested, they want a session, and then they're usually desktop users. No shame to desktop users, but they come in, they act like they want a session, and they don't take it seriously, and genuinely that can be dangerous. And I want people to understand that. So while hypnosis is not mind control, it is a very intimate sort of connection with someone. And if someone, like for example, if I'm putting like Abby here into a trance, because he asked me to help him with something like, I don't know, getting over something that has been bothering him, If I'm in the middle of a trance,
whatever.
Yeah, right. If I'm in the middle of it, like a trance, and someone comes running by with an air horn or screaming slurs, and they throw me out of it, like it could genuinely trigger this one into a panic attack, and that's not good. Like, the hypnosis is a medical practice, and then there's the kink side. Like, primarily, you go to school to be a hypnotherapist. The kink side of it is hobby.
Right.
But it can still cause people.
If you don't know what you're doing, you can still cause people some stress and some upset.
Every time y'all bring up a detail that says something that's a little on the unsavory side, y'all get a little clammed up and start wincing. Would you say that there's a side of hypnosis that you think is a dark side of it that probably shouldn't be spoken about?
Yes.
Yeah, there are some.
No, there are dark sides to
there-
everything, but it should be spoken about.
They should. Okay, yeah, I should clarify. I don't think they shouldn't be spoken about. I don't think they shouldn't be spoken about. I think they should be spoken about. But there are some dark sides to it that are. There's some parts of it that are difficult to discuss on platforms like YouTube. It's difficult to really go into any detail to the level that people understand what's going on without breaking TOS and getting your videos.
Right. Right. I completely understand that. So, to really expand on the previous question, the dark side of hypnosis exactly. What are some of the more unsavory groups, or the sides of hypnosis you think that probably are not really good for the community as a whole that seem to be prevalent?
So there are, because of the dynamic in hypnosis where you have there's a power dynamic, obviously, where like someone has control over someone else in a trance. People who use more manipulative styles or manipulative language can genuinely form like toxic relationships all the way up to cults. Actually, when genuinely, no, like actual like cults that follow a specific goal, do a specific thing. There's one that I can think of, and the moment I say their name, everyone in here is going to wince in pain. So I'm just going to choose not to say who it is, unless you would like me to tell you. So I'm sure everyone already knows who this is.
I'm gonna leave that entirely up to you if you would like to say. Everything on the record is alleged and cannot be confirmed or denied for the sake of safety.
Well, I mean, this is
probably best you don't then, because this one can be.
Yeah, this one can absolutely.
This one is documented extensively.
Well, like,
yeah.
if it can be proven and stuff like that, that's great. But this video is not about that. So if you would like, if y'all are talking about the hypnotist Sappho situation, I think everybody knows all about hypnotist Sappho. And I think that
she is wanted by 3 different government intelligence agencies. That's all you need to know.
Like I said previously, I can't confirm or deny any of that. But how would you say? Okay, let's go on then. How exactly would you say hypnotist Sappho's reputation has damaged the VRChat hypnosis community?
I haven't met a single hypnotist from that time period. Honestly, I haven't met a single hypnotist.
A few people who have.
I haven't met a single hypnotist in this community who has been around that long who doesn't like have genuine trauma from interacting with her, including myself. Actually, the other day when we did the first recording, someone who was a victim of someone who she not that word, not gonna say that word, did bad things to. And then they proceeded to do bad things to this friend, joined me, and I had to hold them and beg them to come back to the reality for 20 minutes after this was over, and it was not good.
So, okay,
it can genuinely hurt people.
We attempted to record this video last week, which is what my most recent, my goodness, words. It's what my most recent YouTube post was about. But unfortunately, I had lost the actual footage that was recorded on my end, and the only thing I had was cameras that were hidden way up in the ceiling that just looked and sounded awful. So yeah, some transparency for you.
Well, on a more positive note, with the bad stuff, is helping someone deal with the shit that Sappho had done to someone. I made a friend for life. So that's a good thing.
That is a positive note.
Yeah.
They're not here at the moment, but they are going to visit me. So that's nice.
It's very clear that the community was kind of hit pretty heavy after all of that. So what we could all agree on.
Yeah.
I still know people who hide because of her. Yeah.
Sorry, there.
No, I still know people who hide because of the stuff that happened. Not that they did anything, but they were given backlash. just because they were openly hypnotists on a platform that was hostile to the community for years.
I understand. No.
There are others who do terrible things as well, but she's the one who's left the biggest print.
Of course. And
I think the reason that one did so much, the reason Sappho did so much damage is because it kind of got blasted everywhere on the internet. Sorry, Marius, I just fucking hit you in the face. It got blasted everywhere on the internet. Everywhere on the internet. So it very much, because it became so publicized, that's the only thing people knew about the community.
Fair enough.
So then we had a bunch of trolls rolling in being like, oh, you're all like Sappho and da-da-da-da-da. Bear in mind, what I'm saying is secondhand. I was fortunate enough to not be on VRCHAT at the time.
Yeah.
I've only been playing VRCHAT for about 3 years. Compared to other people on here who've been playing it a lot longer.
A hypnotist, yep. If you were a hypnotist that was purple in any way, you were a target, no matter who you were.
So we got a bird with their hand up. What is? Would you like to share something?
I'm not. I may not have been around when all that was happening, but going around community now, I can tell there's definitely still ripples because there's like not a single community where in the rules isn't something about consent and safety.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
There's also like there's a lot of instances. It's just you can't really even say the name. You can't even say the name because there's so many people in there with trauma from either directly from them or because they had a friend who was affected by them, and you can't say the name because it will send people into PTSD episodes and panic attacks.
Milkshakes? I specifically told you before.
Okay, so self-hypnosis.
Milkshakes.
So hypnosis the thing is you can also hypnotize yourself if you know how. I think you might have accidentally
crazy.
Yeah, it's a real thing, yeah.
Oh no, that's a real thing.
It's just breathing techniques when you really think about it. You just breathe in, breathe out, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah.
So I guess yeah, I guess that's one of the things is like hypnotism is basically guided meditation. That's one really good way to describe it as someone who knows fuck all about it. It's guided meditation. You can do it to yourself. It's just way easier with someone doing it with you.
All right. Well, so as we're closing in on the last 2 minutes that I have in my availability, I want to ask each and every one of you, starting with Miris and then going down to the bird. I think I'd like to ask, how has hypnotism within the VR chat community changed your life or your views on hypnotism? And we'll start with you, Miris.
Oh, so it changed actually quite a lot. So it went from me being kind of held back to people in general. It helped me actually open up to people. It was actually interesting how it changed me to a point. But it also helped me to view it as a whole, still in a whole different light, because at first I kind of had it just as something to read about, like books or websites, but it changed me to a point of the way I speak already, or how I interact with people, gives me a way of thinking and analyzing them too. So, yeah, changed quite a lot.
I see. And what about you, Faye?
It changed a lot for me as well. I think, like Myris, I wouldn't be interacting with as many people as I do now if I wasn't in the community for hypnosis, especially in VRChat. I wouldn't have met my girlfriend, who was here earlier, but there you go. And yeah, I guess it helped me understand people a lot better, especially as someone who's autistic and doesn't really understand how people work. It helped me on that score. And I made a lot of friends that I wouldn't have made otherwise.
And you, Aether?
I am unfortunately one of the creatures who was traumatized by hypnosis when I first joined the community, but I have taken that trauma and turned it into something that has been good. It has become a lifestyle for me. I whenever I'm upset, I will meditate using hypnosis technology, techniques and such. When if I feel like maybe I need to just turn my brain off. I'll use that as well. I run a business themed for VRCHAT hypnosis, so like I would have to say, yeah, for me it's been life changing. I came for the good, experienced the worst, and now I'm building the best.
All right, thank you very much. And how about yourself, Abby?
Well, I have made friends for life, both here and not here. I have seen terrifying things, but I've also helped people a lot. I have felt proud of myself because of hypno. I have felt wanted and needed because of hypnosis, and I have kept myself away from stronger addictions.
All right, and
So
how about
the-
you, Bird?
By far, the biggest
sorry.
thing is a good thing. Sorry.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, I hear pauses. I'm like, oh, the sentences are done. I apologize. I'm not trying to do that. What about you, Birdie?
I've
Cheering. Is
I've-
that what they're
we actually went from not having friends to having friends, and went from actually barely knowing what I wanted to do in my life to getting an idea of what I wanted to do as a career, and yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate all of you for coming down today, spending time with me, talking to me about this kind of stuff. This camera, thank you very much for watching from this angle. That's been a great angle for you folks. This camera here, hello. I'm going to wave in front of you. And finally, this angle. Thank you for tuning into the TSN in VR.
Oh.
I enjoyed every bit of it with you guys, and hopefully, here, let's go ahead and turn this camera back around one more time. These guys here, they were fantastic. They spent time with me, and they decided to put up with this. So, if you have any sort of things you would like to talk
Twice.
about in the twice, second time, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a great night, guys. Now, wasn't that something, huh? We got to learn a lot today. You and me. The hypnotist community seems to be rather complicated, and I totally should have spent way more time getting involved, or at the very least, doing research. But hey, what have I got to lose by just, friendly talk to some people? Or maybe I got everything to lose. I don't know. They really got into my head with this. And that guy that at the beginning telling me about being on a beach, I think he was up to something. I think he's a bit of a crook, but not the people I interviewed. No way. But, such is life. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video nearly as much as I did. Making them is so much fun, so I think I enjoy that more than you guys watching them. But hey, we can debate on that all you want. But you know what? Thank you for being here. Now, tell me, down below in the comments, what should I do? Should I go interview another group next of your choosing? Should I just keep winging it and finding them? I mean, either way, I'm going to interview all of them. But I'd really like to know what you think about the hypnotist community as far as what you've seen from this. Now, me personally, I don't know if I'm super keen on being a part of it, but I can appreciate it and or observe it from a distance, and I think that's okay for me. But what do you think? I want to know more about you. Anyways, you've been tuned in to the TSN in VR, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!